Hello friends, in the last period we have proved first two theorems. Now we are going to prove the third theorem. But before going to prove the third theorem, we will again revise the important result which you have seen in last 2-3 videos. Uh, Now one of the very important result is related with collinear vector. A bar and B bar are collinear vectors. So A bar and B bar are collinear vector. When we can say that these two vectors are collinear, if they satisfies one condition. What is that condition? Either A bar is expressed by scalar multiple of B bar or B bar is expressed as scalar multiple of A bar. So if A bar is expressed by scalar multiple of B bar or B bar is expressed by scalar multiple of A bar, at that time we can say that A bar and B bar are collinear vector. Again, in the first theorem, if you observe the statement of the first theorem, in that case A bar and B bar are collinear vector. Then we have proved that there exists scalar such that the value of MA bar plus NB bar, there exists which scalar? M and N, such that the value of this linear combination, such type of expression is called as what? Linear combination. In this expression two vectors are there, that's why we can say that it is linear combination of two vector. And in the first theorem we have proved that the value of this linear combination is 0. So already we have used this condition in last two theorems also, that if two vectors are collinear, then one vector will be expressed as scalar multiple of another. Here scalar means what? Any real number. And in the first theorem, A bar and B bar are collinear vector. At that time we have proved that their linear combination will be equals to 0. Now we will have these two conditions related with what? Collinear vector. If either this condition is satisfying or this condition is satisfying, we can say that vectors are collinear. Or if vectors are collinear, then they satisfy these conditions also. But in 90% examples we are applying first conditions, but you should have to know the second condition also. And in the second theorem, what is the second theorem? In the second theorem, A bar and B bar are which vectors? A bar and B bar are non-collinear vector. If A bar and B bar are non-collinear vector, at that time, let us see what result we have got. We are revising the result which you have proved in the second theorem. If these two vectors are non-collinear, at that time we have proved that there exists a vector R bar in the plane of A bar and B bar, and which is expressed by the linear combination of A bar and B bar. Linear combination of A bar and B bar is nothing but expression which can be written as XA bar plus YB bar. Such type of expression is called as linear combination. In our second theorem, we have denoted this scalar x and y. Instead of x and y, there we have used scalar t1 and t2. That is our choice. We are able to denote it by any small letter. Now, what is difference between first two theorems? In the first theorem, vectors are collinear. Collinear, at that time, what is the value of this linear combination? 0. But if these vectors are non-collinear, at that time value of linear combination is R bar. And what is R bar? New vector. Means if two vectors are non-collinear, then their linear combination is a new vector. Now this new vector exists where it is exists according to second theorem. This new vector R bar exists in the plane of A bar and B bar. It exists in the plane of A bar and B bar means A bar, B bar, R bar lies in the same plane. And if this vector lies in the same plane, that's why we can say that the vectors are coplanar. And since these vectors are coplanar, at that time this condition is satisfying. And since this condition is satisfying when vectors are coplanar, that's why we can say that this is the condition for vectors to be what? Coplanar. Now observe this condition. Using this condition, we are able to show that vectors are coplanar. So remember this condition, if one vector is expressed by linear combination of other two vectors, at that time we can say that three vectors are coplanar. If one vector is expressed by linear combination of other two vectors, at that time three vectors are coplanar. So already we have discussed this point in the last video also. Now we are going to prove the third theorem. Observe the third theorem. In the third theorem, three vector A bar, B bar, C bar are which vector? Coplanar. Definitely if they are coplanar means they satisfies this condition. Which condition? That one vector will be expressed by linear combination of other two vector. Using this, see what we have to prove. If you will observe the theorem here, if and only if appears. If and only if appears means we have to prove the theorem in two parts. In the first part, consider this as given condition and prove the second one. And in the second part, consider second part as a given condition and prove the first. Now let us try to prove the first part here. Consider that the three vectors are what? Coplanar. Using this, we have to prove that there exist scalars x, y, z such that value of xa bar plus yb bar plus zc bar is equal to 0. Such type of expression xa bar plus yb bar plus zc bar is called as what? Linear combination. It's called as linear combination. And if vectors are coplanar, we have to prove that value of this linear combination is equals to 0. So let us try to prove it. If you'll observe here given condition, what is given to us? A bar, B bar, C bar are coplanar vectors. It is given to us that vectors are coplanar. Already we know that if vectors are coplanar, at that time one vector will be expressed by linear combination of other two vectors. So let us suppose that this C bar is expressed by, therefore C bar is expressed by linear combination of A bar and B bar. So xa bar plus yb bar. So such expression is called as linear combination, and here C bar will be expressed by linear combination of A bar and B bar. Here scalar we have denoted by x and y, because in our statement scalars has been denoted by x and y. So where x and y are scalars. Okay. So now let us simplify it, and simplifying it we are trying to get this result. Already we have got two scalar. Now we are trying to get third scalar z also. So this expression can be written as, keep this xa bar as it is plus yb bar also as it is plus c bar on this side will become minus c bar. So remaining term on this side will be equals to 0. So first two term xa bar plus yb bar, keep it as it is. This minus c bar can be written as plus into minus 1 into c bar is equal to 0 also, keep it as it is. Minus 1 into c bar is minus c bar, and minus c bar into this plus will be minus c bar, means minus c bar can be written in this form. So what we have got here? Minus 1. What is minus 1? Real number. In mathematics, real number is called as scalar. So we are denoting this scalar by z. So yb bar plus, simply denote this minus 1 by z is equal to 0. So this is our required result. Lastly, write down where z is equal to minus 1 is scalar. It's a scalar. It is a real number. Simply we are denoting this real number simply by z. So using the condition that a bar, b bar, c bar are coplanar, we have proved that there exist three scalar x, y and z such that value of this linear combination is equal to 0. Now let us try to prove its converse part. In converse part we are considering second part as a given condition, and let us try to prove the first part. So well, what is second part here? Conversely, let there exist scalars x, y, z such that value of xa bar plus yb bar plus zc bar is equal to 0. So now we are considering second part. There exists scalar such that value of this linear combination is equal to 0. Simplifying this, we are trying to show that vectors are what? Coplanar. So this expression can be written as, keep this zc bar as it is. This plus xa bar on this side will become minus xa bar, and plus yb bar on this side will become minus yb bar. So therefore c bar, keep it as it is. Z is multiplied on this side. So if we are taking on this side, it will get divided to whole term. So it can be written as minus x upon z a bar plus minus y upon z b bar. Just we are taking z on this side, it will get divided to both the terms on this side. Now if you observe this expression here, right hand side is in the form of, is it the linear combination of a bar and b bar? Because these are nothing but scalars. Division of two scalar is again a scalar. So this side is nothing but linear combination of a bar and b bar. And by this linear combination, which vector is expressed? C bar. And we know that if one vector is expressed by linear combination of other two vectors, at that time our result says that these three vectors are what? Coplanar. So here we can say that therefore C bar is expressed as linear combination. Linear combination of which two vectors? A bar and B bar. And since C bar is expressed by linear combination of A bar and B bar, so it implies that A bar, B bar, C bar are coplanar. Coplanar vectors. In this way we have proved the second part also. Now in the second part, what important condition we have got? This is also the condition which you are able to use to show that vectors are coplanar. Now we will have two conditions to show that vectors are coplanar. What is the first condition? If one vector is expressed as linear combination of other two vectors, at that time three vectors are coplanar. And in this theorem what we have proved? If the linear combination of three vector is 0, at that time also three vectors are what? Coplanar. So we will have now two conditions to show that vectors are coplanar. So now let us try to prove the fourth theorem. If you observe the third theorem, in the third theorem A bar, B bar, C bar are coplanar. But instead of in this fourth theorem, A bar, C bar are what? Non-coplanar vector. In the third theorem, if these three vectors are coplanar, at that time we have shown that their linear combination means xa bar plus yb bar plus zc bar is equal to 0. In the third theorem, vectors are coplanar. At that time, we have shown that value of this linear combination is 0. Now try to understand the difference between third and fourth theorem. In this case, vectors are non-coplanar. If the vectors are non-coplanar, then we have to prove that there exists one vector r bar which is uniquely expressed as linear combination of a bar, b bar, c bar. So means a linear combination of a bar, b bar, c bar means such type of expression, means xa bar plus yb bar plus zc bar. And we have to prove that there exists one vector r bar in a space which is expressed by this linear combination. Means we have to prove that value of r bar will be equals to xa bar plus yb bar plus zc bar. So difference between these two theorem is clear. If vectors are what? Coplanar, then value of linear combination is 0. And if vectors are non-coplanar, then value of linear combination is what? Nu vector. It is not equals to 0. At that time value of linear combination is nu vector. And later on we will prove that this nu vector is uniquely expressed by this linear combination. First we are trying to prove that r bar is expressed by this linear combination. So observe the given condition. What is the given condition? A bar, B bar, C bar are coplanar vector. So A bar, B bar, C bar are coplanar vectors. It is given to us that these three vectors are coplanar. Now we are trying to construct one figure which satisfies this condition that these three vectors are coplanar. Sorry, these three vectors are non-coplanar. A bar, B bar, C bar are which vector? Non-coplanar. For that purpose, we are making the use of parallelepiped. So construct a parallelepiped such that its one edge is parallel to which vector? A bar. Let us denote this edge, say by OP bar. So let us suppose that one edge of this parallelepiped OP bar is parallel to which vector? A bar. And let us suppose that its another edge, say PQ bar, is parallel to which vector? B bar. And its third edge, denote this third edge say by QR bar. Let us suppose that it is parallel to C bar. Now A bar, we have constructed one parallelepiped such that its edges are parallel to which vector? A bar, B bar and C bar, where A bar, B bar, C bar are which vector? Non-coplanar vector. Let us check whether these vectors are non-coplanar or not. As it stands, A bar is parallel to this edge. Now we will try to understand it by considering this book. Its shape is like also what? Parallelepiped. Alternate word for parallelepiped is cuboid. If you will observe, is it a base parallelogram? It has 6 faces. And this face is nothing but base parallelogram. And our one edge is parallel to, our A bar is parallel to one edge. So since it is a free vector, it can be moved anywhere without changing its magnitude and what direction. So we can say that A bar is a vector which lie in what base plane. In the same way, B bar is parallel to this edge, means B bar is parallel to this edge, means we can say that B bar is also vector lie in what base plane, means A bar and B bar lie in the base plane. But if you observe this C bar is parallel to this edge. Is it a edge of back face? Where C bar is parallel to this edge. So now this vector does not lie in what? Base plane, because we are not able to change its magnitude and direction. So we are not able to move it in the base plane. Means this third vector C bar does not lie in the base plane. Means these three vectors does not lie in the same plane. Means these three vectors are non-coplanar. As it stands, this figure satisfies our condition. So what is our construction here? Construct a parallelepiped such that its edges, which edges? OP bar parallel to A bar. Then PQ bar is parallel to B bar. PQ bar is parallel to B bar, and its third edge QR bar is parallel to C bar. QR bar is parallel to C bar. Now we know that if vectors are parallel, at that time they satisfy which condition? One vector will be expressed as scalar multiple of another. Since these two vectors are parallel, that's why we can say that OP bar is expressed as scalar multiple of A bar, where x is a scalar. Here these two vectors, PQ bar is also parallel to what? B bar. And since these two vectors are parallel, again same condition is satisfying, that PQ bar is expressed as scalar multiple of B bar. Here scalar we are denoting by y. Again these two vectors are parallel, that's why we can say that QR bar is expressed as scalar multiple of C bar. So here where x, y, z are nothing but scalars. So where x, y, z are scalars. Now draw this vector OR bar. So draw the vector OR bar. And I am denoting OR bar by what? R bar. So let OR bar is equals to R bar. Now here we have got one polygon. So we are able to apply the polygon law of vector addition. Let us see what result we will get if we are applying polygon law of vector addition. By polygon law of vector addition, what we will get here? OR bar is equal to OP bar plus PQ bar plus QR bar. OR bar is equals to OP bar plus PQ bar plus QR bar. Now replace OR bar by R bar. So we are replacing this OR bar by R bar. So R bar is equals to this OP bar will be replaced by XA bar. So it will be replaced by XA bar plus, in the same way, this PQ bar. What is the value of PQ bar? YB bar. So YB bar plus, lastly, this QR bar can be replaced by ZC bar plus ZC bar. So in this way, what result we have got here? That R bar is expressed as XA bar plus YB bar plus ZC bar. Means R bar is expressed by linear combination of A bar, B bar and C bar. And that's what we have to prove here. But what is the second part here? Uniqueness. Later on we will try to prove the uniqueness part. So whatever will be the result we have got denoted by equation number first here. And we can say that, so therefore R bar is expressed by linear combination of A bar, B bar and C bar. So in this way we have expressed R bar as linear combination of A bar, B bar and C bar. Now we are going to prove that this linear R bar can be uniquely expressed by this linear combination. So second part of this theorem is uniqueness. Uniqueness part. So to prove this uniqueness part, we are using contradiction method. So if possible, suppose that r bar will be equals to, instead of x I am taking here x1 a bar plus replace this y by y1 b bar and replace this z by z1 c bar. Denote this by equation number second, where here we can say that x is not equals to x1, x is not equals to x1. In the same way, y is not equals to y1 and z is not equals to z1. What is x and x1? X is coefficient of a bar in first equation and x1 is the coefficient of a bar in second equation, where x and x1 are nothing but scalar and values of these scalars are what? Unequal. Means coefficient of a bar in both the equations are different. In the same way, coefficient of b bar are also different and coefficient of c bar are also different. Means in other word, we can say that this is another linear combination in terms of what? A bar, b bar and c bar. Now this is our supposition. What we are supposing, r bar is expressed by any another linear combination. Maybe possible that our supposition is right, or maybe possible that our supposition is wrong. When we can say that our supposition is right, if it satisfies the given condition. How many conditions are given in the theorem? Only one condition. Which condition? A bar, b bar, c bar are non-coplanar vector. If this supposition satisfies this condition, means we can say that r bar is expressed by another linear combination. But if this supposition does not satisfy given condition, at that time we can say that r bar does not satisfies given condition, so r bar cannot be expressed by any another linear combination. Let us check whether our supposition satisfies the condition or does not satisfy the given condition. So if you observe this equation first and second, so from equation first and second, let us see what result we will get here. Check whether left hand sides are equal, and since left hand sides are equal, that's why we can say that right hand sides are also equal. What is the right hand side here? X a bar plus y b bar plus z c bar. And what is the right hand side of second equation? X1 a bar plus y1 b bar plus z1 c bar. Now we are collecting the terms of a bar on one side. How many terms of a bar are there? Two terms of a bar are there. So first collect the terms of a bar. We are taking a bar common from these two terms. Here what is coefficient of a bar? X. And this plus term on this side will become what? Minus. So minus x1 a bar. But a bar already we have taken common. So we have collected the terms of a bar on one side. In the same way, collect the terms of b bar and terms of c bar on another side. Again observe how many terms of b bar are there? Two terms of b bar are there. If we are taking b bar common from these two terms, here what is its coefficient? Y1. And this plus term on this side will become minus y. B bar we have taken common. So here coefficient of c bar is z1 and this plus term on this side will become minus. So minus z. Now if you observe this expression, but before that again simplified, this term is multiplied to what? A bar. So on this side it will get divided. So what result we will get here? What will the value of a bar? So therefore a bar will be equals to, on this side two terms are there, y1 minus y b bar, and second term is plus z1 minus z c bar, and here x minus x1 will get divided to both the term. Okay. Now in this expression, right hand side, on the right hand side two vectors are there, b bar and what? C bar. So if you observe this right hand side is the linear combination of which two vector? B bar and C bar. What is x, y, x1, y1, z, z1? These are nothing but scalars, and addition, subtraction, multiplication and division of scalar is again a new scalar. So this is also one scalar and this is also one scalar. Scalar means number. So if you observe right hand side, it is the linear combination of B bar and what? C bar. And by this linear combination, which vector is expressed? A bar. So here we can say that, so therefore A bar is expressed by linear combination of which two vector, B bar and C bar. And we know that if one vector is expressed by linear combination of other two vector, at that time three vectors are coplanar. So therefore A bar, B bar, C bar are coplanar vectors. Okay. Now this result we have got because of our supposition. But what is the given condition? A bar, B bar, C bar are coplanar or non-coplanar? Non-coplanar. But according to our supposition, we have got that these vectors are coplanar. Means our supposition does not satisfy the given condition in the theorem. That's why we can say that our supposition is wrong. This is contradiction. So this is contradiction. Why it is contradiction? Because it does not satisfy given condition. That's why we can say that therefore our supposition is wrong. And what is our supposition here? If we will observe our supposition is R bar is expressed by any another linear combination of A bar, B bar and C bar. Which is wrong means what is right? If R bar cannot be expressed by any another linear combination, means R bar is what? Unique. It can only be expressed in this form. Hence what is our what result we have got here? R bar cannot be expressed by any another linear combination of A bar, B bar and C bar. Hence we conclude that R bar is uniquely expressed by linear combination of A bar, B bar and C bar. In this way we have proved all the four theorems of linear combination. Many times these theorems has been asked in the examination. Now we will discuss some important corollaries which you are getting from these theorems. So now these are some important corollaries given in the linear combination. Its proof is not given, so since proof is not in our syllabus, so we will also not waste our time to prove it. But just try to understand, sometimes we have to apply these corollaries while solving the example. So see, in the first corollary, two vector A bar and B bar are non-collinear. And our second theorem says that if A bar and B bar are non-collinear vector, then their linear combination is definitely a new vector. What we have proved in the second theorem, if A bar and B bar are what? Non-collinear vector, then their linear combination XA bar plus YB bar is new vector, which you are denoted by what? R bar. But here they are saying that if A bar and B bar are which vector? Non-collinear vector, then their linear combination is how much? 0, which is not possible. If A bar and B bar are non-collinear vector, then definitely their linear combination is a new vector. But why result will, when the linear combination is 0, if A bar and B bar are what? Collinear. But as it stands, A bar and B bar are non-collinear, means definitely the value of this linear combination is what? New vector. But instead of new vector, here we are getting 0. It is possible only if this scalar means this real number m and n are what? 0. If m is 0, 0 into A bar will become 0, and n is 0, then n into B bar will also equals to 0. But in case if m and n are non-zero, at that time, if the vectors are non-collinear, then definitely their value will be what? New vector. In the second theorem, that new vector we have denoted by what? R bar. If vectors are non-coplanar, till the value of this linear combination is 0, it implies that the scalars are 0. Now observe the second corollary. In the second corollary, on left hand side one linear combination of A bar and B bar is given to us, and on right hand side also one another linear combination of A bar and B bar is given to us, and these two linear combinations are what? Equal. If these two linear combinations are equal, its meaning is that coefficient of A bar on both sides are equal, means m will be equals to what? P, and coefficient of B bar on both sides are also equal, means n will be equals to Q. Means if both the we have considered one example also here. If the linear combination, this is also linear combination in terms of A bar and B bar, and this is also the linear combination in terms of A bar and B bar, and both the linear combinations are equal, it implies that coefficient of A bar on both sides are equal, means y will be equals to what, 3. In the same way, coefficient of B bar on both sides are also equal, means x will be equals to what, 10. Again observe the corollary number 3. In the corollary number 3, three vectors are given to us, A bar, B bar, C bar, which are what, non-coplanar. Our last theorem, fourth theorem, says that if vectors are non-coplanar, then their linear combination, means xa bar plus yb bar plus zc bar, is always a new vector. In that theorem we have denoted that new vector by r bar. If the vectors are coplanar, then linear combination is 0. But if they are non-coplanar, then linear combination is new vector. Here also vectors are non-coplanar, means definitely linear combination of these three vectors cannot be 0. It should be a new vector. But as it stands, instead of new vector, it is given to us that linear combination is 0. So it implies that these scalars are 0, x, y, z are 0, then and then only this linear combination is 0. If the scalars are non-zero, at that time definitely we can say that this linear combination of non-coplanar vector gives which value? New vector. But if scalars are 0, then linear combination of non-coplanar vector will be equals to 0.